I woke up at 6 a.m. drenched in sweat, my shirt clinging to my back. The silence hit me first. No hum from the air conditioning, no buzz from the fridge. My 8-year-old daughter, Emma, was whimpering about the heat. Outside, the thermometer read 92 degrees, and it was climbing toward a forecast of 105 degrees. The power company said my account was current and there were no reported outages in my area. My stomach dropped. Everyone else had power, just me. I'd lived in Willow Creek Estates for 3 years, keeping my head down, despite the petty HOA tyrant, Karen Mitchell. She'd recently targeted me for my electricity usage, sending notices about voluntary energy conservation that I had ignored. Now, with Emma flushed and dizzy, I got her to safety next door at Mrs. Henderson's, who dropped a devastating piece of information. I saw the HOA maintenance truck parked near your electrical meter yesterday evening. Karen was with them, pointing at various houses. 20 minutes later, a human at the power company confirmed it. My service was disconnected at 7:32 p.m. by a third-party contractor with authorization requested by my community's management company. I called Karen Mitchell. Karen, did you have my power shut off? Well, I did warn you about excessive usage, she replied, dripping with false sweetness. The HOA has emergency authority to protect community infrastructure. It's all outlined in Section 12-4 of the Community Guidelines. You cut my power in the middle of a heat wave with a child in the house? Perhaps this will help you understand the importance of conservation, she replied, before hanging up. I knew Karen Mitchell had just committed what was probably multiple crimes, including child endangerment. I called 911 first, emphasizing the minor and the dangerous heat. Next, I called Channel 7 News. The reporter, Jessica Martinez, arrived with her camera crew within the hour. While Officer Rodriguez took my statement, Mrs. Henderson returned with shocking information. This isn't the first time Karen has done something like this. The Williams family had their water shut off last month for excessive lawn watering, and the Patels had their cable disconnected because Karen decided their satellite dish was unsightly. The story aired on the 5 o'clock news with the headline, HOA President Cuts Power During Heat Emergency. By evening, local HOA rights attorney David Kim contacted me. Mr. Thompson, what happened to you appears to be criminal, not just a civil matter. Utility disconnection without proper notice is illegal. Doing it during a heat emergency with a minor present could constitute child endangerment. Attorney Kim agreed to represent me pro bono in exchange for the right to pursue a class action suit against Karen and the HOA board. The next morning, the police were back. Detective Sarah Park introduced herself, explaining the district attorney had decided there was probable cause for criminal charges. They had a warrant to search HOA records and interview Karen Mitchell. We walked over to Karen's house. She answered the door in her bathrobe, her confident smirk gone. Detective Park showed her badge. We have a warrant to search HOA maintenance records and electronic communications related to utility disconnections. What they found in Karen's home office was damning. Email threads with a maintenance company discussing problem residents who needed to be brought into line. A spreadsheet tracking neighbors' utility usage with notes like, too high needs correction. Most shocking, an email from the HOA's own legal counsel, dated 2 weeks prior, explicitly warning Karen that she had no authority to disconnect utilities and that doing so could result in criminal charges. Detective Park read the lawyer's warning aloud. Karen's mask was crumbling fast. I was protecting the community's interests, she insisted. Ma'am, you're going to need to come with us, the detective said. The arrest happened right there on Karen's front porch with half the neighborhood watching. Detective Park read Karen her rights while Officer Rodriguez placed her in handcuffs. You're under arrest for unlawful utility disconnection, child endangerment, harassment, and abuse of authority, the detective announced. Karen's face shifted from rage to panic. I'm the HOA president. I was protecting property values. Ma'am, HOA presidents don't have the authority to cut people's utilities, Officer Rodriguez replied, leading her to the car. That's illegal regardless of your position. My power was restored within 2 hours of Karen's arrest. Emma and I were finally safe and cool in our own home. 3 days later, Attorney Kim called. The DA was moving forward with all charges. Karen was facing up to 2 years in prison and massive fines. The legal troubles were just the beginning of her downfall. The HOA board voted unanimously to remove her. Her employer, a local real estate company, terminated her after the arrest made the news, and the State Real Estate Commission began reviewing her license. 5 other families joined the class action lawsuit. The HOA's insurance company balked at covering her actions. Karen was looking at potentially hundreds of thousands of dollars in judgments. 2 weeks later, Karen was formally sentenced. She pled guilty to reduced charges to avoid jail time but still faced 18 months of supervised probation, 200 hours of community service, and $25,000 in fines and restitution. Standing in the courtroom, her hands shaking as the judge read the sentence, Karen Mitchell looked nothing like the confident HOA tyrant who had cut my power. When the judge's gavel fell, Karen's shoulders sagged in defeat, and she whispered in disbelief, $25,000. She had let a little bit of authority go completely to her head, and now she was paying the price for it.